You're sitting there one night scrolling on your phone, and you see an article that says something like average net worth by age, so you click it. At first, you're just curious. Then you get to your age bracket, see the number, and immediately think, oh, well, I'm way behind. But here's the problem. That number might not mean what you think it means. Because when people talk about net worth by age, they usually throw around the average, and the average can be wildly misleading. In your late 50s, the average net worth is nearly $1.44 million, but the median, the actual middle point where half of people are above it and half are below it, is around $321,000. That is not a small difference. That is over $1 million between the number that makes everyone feel behind and the number that is much closer to what a typical household actually has. And that is what this video is really about. Not just net worth by age, but why the number you compare yourself to matters. So let's make this simple. Average adds everyone together and divides by the number of households. Median lines everyone up from lowest to highest and picks the person right in the middle. And when you're talking about money, that difference matters a lot because a small number of extremely wealthy households can pull the average way up. If one billionaire walks into a room of normal people, the average net worth in that room explodes. But the typical person in the room did not suddenly become rich. That is why median is usually the more honest comparison for normal households. So let's look at the actual numbers. In your late 20s, median net worth is around $31,000. That tracks. A lot of people are still dealing with student loans, car payments, rent, and lower income at that stage. By your early 30s, it climbs to about $89,000. In your late 30s, it is around $139,000. By your mid-40s, it rises to around $214,000. In your early 50s, median net worth is around $266,000. And by your late 50s, it gets to around $321,000, compared to that nearly $1.44 million average in the same age range. That gap tells you something important. It does not mean everyone else secretly has $1 million and you're the only one behind. It means wealth is not spread evenly. A lot of it is concentrated near the top, and that pulls the average way higher than what most people are actually experiencing. But there is one more thing people miss. Net worth is not just one pile of money sitting in a bank account. For a lot of households, a big piece of it is home equity, and home equity counts, but it does not work the same as cash or investments. Someone with $300,000 in net worth that is mostly home equity is in a very different position than someone with $300,000 in an investment account. The house may help the long-term picture, but it does not pay the grocery bill or cover an emergency unless you sell, downsize, rent part of it out, or borrow against it. So when you look at net worth numbers, ask two things. How much is the total, and what is it actually made of? Because $300,000 on paper looks very different depending on whether it's home equity, retirement accounts, cash, or money you can actually access right now. So what do you do with all this? Use these numbers as a checkpoint, not a judgment. Being below the median for your age does not mean you failed. Being above it does not mean you're set. The better question is whether you're moving in the right direction for your own life, your own expenses, your own goals, your own timeline, your own version of financial freedom. Comparing yourself to your age group can be useful, but only if it pushes you toward better decisions. It becomes a problem the moment it makes you panic, take a dumb risk, or feel behind based on a number that doesn't even represent a normal household. So if you have never actually sat down and calculated your own net worth, it is simpler than it sounds. Add up everything you own that has value. Your savings, checking, retirement accounts, investment accounts, the current value of your home, if you own one, your car. That is your assets. Then add up everything you owe. Mortgage balance, car loans, student loans, credit card balances, any other debt. That is your liabilities. Subtract liabilities from assets, and that is your net worth. It can be positive. It can be negative. A lot of people are surprised which direction it goes when they actually do the math. And once you know the number, you can start asking better questions. How much of it is liquid, meaning you can actually access it? How much is tied up in your home? How much is in retirement accounts that have restrictions on when you can touch it? How much is just debt you have not paid off yet? Those breakdowns tell you a lot more about your actual financial position than the single number does. So next time you see an article about average net worth by age, look for the median instead. Then look at what your own net worth is actually made of. And then ask the question that matters. Am I building a plan that works for me, not for the average person? Not for the millionaire skewing the data, for me. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Dollar with a Plan and drop a comment on if the median number surprised you, or was it about what you expected?